Welcome to a video series on learning version control with Git. Today I'll show you how to get an overview of your local changes. Let's start with good news. You don't have to watch out for anything while you're working on your project's files. You can modify, create, delete, rename or move files in any way and in any application that you like. You don't have to obey any rules to please Git. After some time of working on your project's files, you might want to know about the current state. So let's open your command line application, the Git Bash on Windows or Terminal.app on a Mac. Make sure you're in the root folder of your project. The Git Status command lists all of our current local changes in this project. We see that index.html and about CSS were modified, arrow HTML was deleted, and we've also created a new file here, new page HTML. So with this listing, we have an overview of our current changes. These changes are called local or uncommitted because they haven't been saved to the repository yet. Git Status is a command that you'll use countless times every day, so make yourself comfortable with it. Let's take a closer look at what exactly was changed in a file. We use the Git Diff command and add the name of the file we're interested in. Git will then show us a so-called diff of the exact changes. A diff visualizes the differences between two versions of a file. In our case, these two versions are the current, modified state of the file and its last committed version, how it looked like when we last saved it to the repository. A diff doesn't show the complete file from beginning to end. You wouldn't want to see everything in a 10,000 lines file when only 2 lines have changed. Instead, it only shows those portions that were actually modified. Such a portion is called a chunk or hunk. In addition to the actual changed lines, a chunk also contains a bit of context, some unchanged lines before and after the modification, so you can better understand in what context that change happened. Each changed line is prepended with either a plus or a minus symbol. Minus shows the line as it was in the old version of the file, while plus shows you how the line looks in the new version. Let's look at our example. Here in our first chunk, 2 lines are prepended with a plus. Since no counterpart lines with a minus exist, this means that these lines were added. Change number 2 is just the opposite. We have 2 lines marked with minus signs, but no pluses. These lines were deleted. In chunk number 3, finally, some lines were actually modified. The 2 minus lines were changed to look like the 2 plus lines below. Inspecting a diff like this on the command line is absolutely fine, but you can also use a dedicated desktop application for this job. Such a tool can be helpful because it visualizes the changes more clearly, and some of them can even be used to solve merge conflicts more easily. There are lots of free and paid apps on the market. We've compiled a couple of suggestions for you in our free online book. After configuring such a tool, you can simply call Git Diff tool and the name of the file and inspect changes there. Here, as an example, we use an application called Kaleidoscope. And as you see, the visualization is quite a bit more clear and better to understand. But as said, using such a tool is completely a matter of your own preferences and not mandatory. Congratulations! Now you know how to get an overview of your local changes. In our next videos, we'll look at how to commit them to the local repository. Thanks for watching and see you there!